What is up, guys? It is almost the holiday season, and what Thanksgiving is 10 days away, bro. Oh man, so we're gonna all go and see our families, and some of them we're gonna talk about the election. And funny enough, it's also my birthday. If you didn't know, I was born on November 28th, 1996, which was Thanksgiving. I never really even asked my parents like what was the situation. Did our water break during dinner, or was this like 2 o'clock in the morning? I honestly don't even know. Actually, I should call my mom and ask her what the situation was. Why are people advocating to cutting off family because of the election?
How do you interact with people who you know voted for this? So if you are going into a situation where you have family members, where you have close friends who you know have voted in ways that are against you, like what you said, against your livelihood, it's completely fine to not be around those people.
And this just goes to show the psyop that the government and the media has been doing for the past decade, and making people so mentally unhinged that they can't even stand to be with their family on some of the most important holidays in our culture. Thanksgiving is like the cornerstone of America. It is basically pre-Christmas. Just really sad and inappropriate for people to do this, especially at this time. With me, I have family members that I'm pretty sure, and I know that they went out and they voted for Kamala Harris. Dude, I don't care. With me, I want to understand why, and I want to ask that person personally, like, okay, why do you think this? Who were you watching? Why did you come to this conclusion? Because I want to learn. Maybe this person could actually have the ability to change my mind. The problem with the people that are cutting off family members and not showing up to Christmas and not interacting is that they are in a cult.
So last night, I told my mom and dad that because they voted for someone who wants me dead, that they no longer have the privilege of having their daughter and their granddaughters in their life. And I told them, never contact me again. I'm never calling you. I want nothing to do with you. And take me out of the will. I have a younger brother who is also a MAGA. I said, when you guys pass away, give him the entire house. I don't want to inherit your house. I don't want anything from you. I don't want to hear from you ever again.
Right's upset that they're being treated the same way they treat other people right now. They're crying that it's not fair, that people are dismissing them and cutting them out of their lives for things that they believe in. If people are cutting you out of your life because you have unethical viewpoints and immoral behaviors, shouldn't you take a look in the mirror? That's a you problem. That's not the other people. They have boundaries. We have boundaries. The left. We've got boundaries on what we will or will not allow in our lives. Y'all on the right over there, though, anything's fair game. You do not give two shits how anybody else is treated, except for yourself. And when you finally get a dose of some of your own fucking behavior, you can't fucking handle it. And I think it's fucking hilarious.
Why is it that everybody who's posting, oh, it's immature to break up relationships over politics, are people that voted for Trump? Just because somebody you know called you out for doing something shitty, you actively voted against the rights of people that you know and love. People you know are now feeling very unsafe because of a choice you made. It is 100% okay and valid to cut off people who actively decided to vote against your rights. That is not immature. That is protecting your peace.
That is one of the most basic and fundamental rules of creating a cult, is that you must insulate the ideas. You cannot think outside of this one box, this one sphere of the appropriate ideology. And that is what people are doing. And it's insane that people at the media, I can't even say on top, but the media is encouraging people to do this, especially from a psychologist.
How do you interact with people who you know voted for this? Right? If you are an LGBTQ person and you know someone in your family voted essentially against your rights, or you're a woman knowing that, you know, this man was calling people the B word, J.D. Vance was literally calling Kamala Harris the trash and said, we're going to take out the trash. I know a lot of Black women were incredibly triggered by that. And if you then meet somebody and you know they voted for the people who called you trash, or if you're Puerto Rican, you know someone voted that way, do you recommend, just from a psychological standpoint, being around them? We got the holidays coming up.
So I love that you asked this question because, there is a push, I think just a societal norm that if somebody is your family, that they are entitled to your time. And I think the answer is absolutely not. So if you are going into a situation where you have family members, where you have close friends who have voted in ways that are against you, like what you said, against your livelihood, and it's completely fine to not be around those people and to tell them why, to say, I have a problem with the way that you voted because it went against my very livelihood and I'm not going to be around you this holiday. I need to take some space for me. And I actually talk to, adults as well as advising parents for children. I mean, I think, I don't think that you should force children. I don't think you should force adults to be around people just because they're your family. I think there's a level of, need to establish boundaries. And if you feel like you need to establish boundaries with people, whether they're your family or not, I think you should very much be entitled to do so. And I think it may be essential for your mental health.
And the reason why I say that they're not really on top is that no one even watches them anymore. Tim Pool just came out and some of them were getting from 20,000 to like 70,000 views. And Tim gets between like 150 to 200,000 views on a single video. And
take a look at this. Melbourne, 9 p.m., 26,000. Sharpton, 33,000. MSNBC reports 13,000. Holy crap. I could make a video of... I could accidentally upload a video of me saying a random gibberish word for 3 seconds and get more views than that. Wow. Guys, we live streamed an empty studio on Timcast IRL a couple years ago, and we had 40,000 concurrent viewers.
These multi-million-dollar media organizations can't even get over 100,000 people in the key demo to watch any of their garbage because people are sick of being lied to. But they would want to keep people in that paranoid delusion because that'll be the only people that would stay and watch their content. Why do you think so many celebrities and media people are making announcements that they're leaving X?
Loved connecting with all of you on Twitter and then on X for all of these years. But it's time for me to leave the platform.
Hey guys, so today I finally did something I've been meaning to do for a while.
It's because every post that they make, they get dunked on in the comments every single time. And if any of these people lie, the community notes goes right on their post, and how they're going to defend it? They just say, oh, well, there's a lot of bots and far-right Nazis on X, and no one believes them. Disney came back to advertise on there. How are you gonna explain that? Now, the reason that this entire thing is really unsettling is because we have people like Daryl Davis, a black man who was willing to go out and talk to white supremacists and try to understand why they hate other races so much.
How can you hate me when you don't even know me? They've never had an answer that they can come up with that justifies how they can hate me.
His conversations with Klansmen resulted in something Daryl never expected.
I would find things in common. And as I began to build on those commonalities, the things that we had in contrast as trivial as skin color began to matter less and less. And as I built upon those commonalities, a relationship was formed.
And he said one thing, if you ever seen his documentary, I think it's Accidental Racism? Accidental Courtesy. If you ever seen Accidental Courtesy, it's a great documentary. But he says in the doc at one point, he says, it doesn't matter if you and I are arguing or we're screaming at each other, we're banging on a table. The most important thing is that we're having a conversation and we're trying to get to a certain point. But when you have people get to a position where they believe such unhinged and nonsensical ideas that they believe that their family voted for, how do you even combat that? A lot of these communist supporters believe that their family members want to deport all brown people. Every single gay marriage is going to be expunged or removed, and they're all going to be murdered and killed, all trans people. They cannot even point out anywhere where Trump has said that. They just said, oh, he's going to do this, he's going to do that, he's going to do this, this, and that. And they can't prove it at all. And it's so sad, and it's very, very unsettling to see. Now, we've also gotten to a point where women on the internet are encouraging married women who have husbands that voted for Trump go out and delete their husbands and teaching them how to do it. And also, because Roe versus Wade was gone, they're teaching them how to delete their pregnancy too, which is so godforsakenly insane and horrifying that we have a media that would do this to their actual people, where they believe such nonsensical things. And a lot of them still hasn't learned anything. I went and I watched some of The View. I love to hate watch The View. I would tell you that I hate watch them because I think most of the women on that panel, they're goddamn retarded.
You know, I know that as a country, it's very difficult for people to believe that racism and misogyny, they're just alive and well. I think that we don't want to think that about ourselves, our neighbors, our friends, but it's my lived experience tells me that it does still exist, even if your lived experience doesn't tell you that it exists.
Whoopi Goldberg is really insufferable. She's literally a woman that is most famous for in rap songs be compared to just ugly people.
And when it comes to getting nookie, I'm not a rookie. I got girls that make that chick Toni Braxton look like Whoopi.
Yeah, I got a chick that make that Toni Braxton chick make your chick look like Whoopi. Now, I hope people will come out of these mental delusions and they actually start to have conversations with people, because that's how a lot of people got sucked out of the media landscape lying to them. If you go and you check out Brandon Straka's videos, he goes in and he talks about how he would constantly watch these Trump derangement videos and he would get deranged, and then someone would show him like, oh hey bro, he didn't say that, and he'd go in and watch the video, and this dude was he was lied to so much that he felt physical pain that someone was telling him the truth, which is so weird. That is just so many different levels of psychology that I don't even understand how that even happens. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Did you guys have anyone else cut you off from family members because of this happened? Thankfully, it hasn't happened to me. And a lot of people on both sides of my family, my side and my wife's side, they all voted for Trump. The other ones I don't really know, but it is going to be a really interesting birthday for me this year. But yeah, guys, that's all from me, and catch you guys in the next video. Peace.